Hey everyone, this is Hydra Head. And since I have such a bad habit of forgetting to upload my second video, I'm just going to try and move them both forward a little bit, trick myself. Anyway, this is Ether, The Copper Golems by Matt Kindt and David Rubin. This is a number one. I'm guessing there were other parts because this world seems already established. Maybe it wasn't. Maybe this is the first time I've ever dipped into this world of ether, whatever. But it definitely feels like an established world that we're just being reintroduced to. Overall, I wasn't a big fan of this. I thought it was pretty generic, try hard. I thought the art was pretty inconsistent. Matt Kindt is a good writer. Don't get me wrong. He's also kind of a weird dude, and I honestly don't like most of what he writes. I'm pretty sure he's the one that redid the new Exo Manowar, and I love original Exo, and I absolutely hate the current run of Exo. But like I said, Matt is a good writer. He understands how writing works. He's got all the chops. It's just I'm not a fan of his particular style of storytelling. David Rubin, he's not a bad artist. He's an inconsistent artist, and I'll show you what I mean by that. And then the guy they had doing they call it flats. I'm assuming they mean the colors. I really like his style. So, the little artistic takes on Matt Kindt, David Rubin, and Boone Diaz. He's our main character. So we start off with this emaciated, hyper dirty looking old man, just sitting in a park bench somewhere. Oh, I'm sorry, not in a park bench. He's sitting in jail. Somebody bails him out of jail, and it turns out it's this gorgeous looking winner here. So you can see they're doing a very dingy, dirty, which I'm thinking is supposed to lead us to believe this is like much into the future. Look, even she's not clean. The room's disgusting. I know it's all for the feel of it. Not a huge fan myself. Also, so we got close-ups of what his eyes are doing. He's watching the fact that the video camera is unplugged. She is with CES and apparently ICU. I don't understand why it's the same card. Right? The letters are in the same damn position, yet he's reading two different things. He also takes notice that she's married. She's basically telling him that they're going to give him everything he needs. They're going to fully support his family. They need him to go back into the ether because the copper golems have started breaking through to their world and causing issues. Diaz, or Boone, I guess, basically just tries to make her feel guilty about wanting to send him back in there, even though that's where he really wants to be. And he wants her to figure out some way that he can eat there so that he never has to come back here to this world. Because right now the only reason he has to come back is to eat, because he can't ingest anything in that world. She says they're working on it. Okay, so this is what I'm talking about art inconsistency. So up till now, he's been an emaciated, dirty old man, right? Very, very scrawny, thin. We turn the page. This is the same room, the same conversation, and he is literally freaking swole as shit. Look how big this guy suddenly got. Like throbbing neck, massive shoulders and pecs and bicep. This guy's got fucking huge all of a sudden for no goddamn reason. I just don't like it. They show us some previous agents that tried to do what he's doing and they died. He's obviously the best. She then starts talking about how the agency... Oh yeah, the only sound effect they use is FAP. It's 2018, guys, and I hate to be the John Oliver of this and say it, but everybody associates FAP with a sound effect for jerking off now. It's just an inescapable fact these days. Maybe use a different word. Maybe change that A to a WI, and then you got whip, and that sounds a little bit... Plus, that's not a FAP noise. Touching your finger to your head doesn't make a FAP. None of the times they use FAP does it actually look like a right sound effect. Regardless, she's telling him that she knows that he really doesn't care about his family. What's really important is that he gets to stay in the ether forever. And he's like, how do you know me? How do you know anything about me? And she's like, because I'm your daughter. So time in the ether works like time in fairy world in high fantasy. That is to say that time moves very slowly in the ether, while in reality everything's going by very fast. So he spent a few months in the ether, and that basically equaled out to like most of her life. So she joined the agency because she wanted to meet her dad and be with her dad and blah 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 blah. It's supposed to be an emotional moment, but he legitimately doesn't care about her, or doesn't seem to, even though I don't know, I didn't feel like he gave a two single shit about her. He asks about her mom, goes to Italy to see his ex-wife, who is unbelievably accepting of the choices he's made about abandoning them, and tells him to just carry on. And then we find out the way you get into the ether is you have to give into that feeling that you have right before death. That microelectrical current that that your brain generates is unique, like a key, and opens up the ether for you. So he's basically pretending to hang himself. Of course, we see another FAP sound effect as he jumps off, because that's the sound of you jumping off to hang yourself. And then whoop, he gets pulled into the ether. So this is where the art significantly improves. We still don't have a lot of consistency because he's fuck all skinny. So he meets this guy Glum, who's waiting for him. He's like a gatekeeper into the ether. Immediately falls into what he needs to do. His whole persona and personality entirely changes. He goes from being that like gruff, dark, brooding guy to being this kind of stupid, imbecile, cocky, just your atypical fucking explorer that they use nowadays. Don't really like that change of character as he goes into this world. They decide they're going to go talk to Violet, who is a spell writer. They need her to do some magic so that they can seal up these golems. As it turns out, she's in trouble. Well, first of all, so this is the Pixies. They're, of course, half naked. You see Violet, and she's got a very noticeable breasts and whatnot. But they go away. Don't worry, guys. For the rest of this, after these 2 pages, the rest of this book, she's going to be flat-chested as a boy, which matches her stupid haircut. I'm sorry, I really don't like the way they're portraying these, like, pixie fae creature. I think that's stupid. Anyway, she's all fucking drugged out, and I'm pretty sure this is supposed to be some sort of, like, potion that's going to kill her. Anyway, she's basically going to get in a serious trouble for releasing these golems, even though she was forced to do it, and they took away her spell writing abilities. He still really needs help from these spells, so she's like, I know a guy. He's a spell hacker, but he's in prison, so we gotta bust him out. He's a spell hacker? Fuck all, guys. Come on, have some originality. A spell hacker. You know, hacking has only been around since like the fucking 80s. There are plenty of other words you can use. And it's not like this is futuristic, cyberpunk, retropunk, or anything like that. No, this is actually, honestly, closer related to, like, old school fantasy, except it's like a Kmart version of it. I do like some of it, like this. This is cool. I like this type of world building. This here is actually the Max's High Castle Security Prison. I don't know. They should have called that High Castle Max Security Prison. Who the fuck is Max? So they go to break out this guy, this spell hacker, and he's in this prison. The water have all these creatures that release toxic gases, which sound these alarms, which summon this overdragon. What's the overdragon? Whoa, whoa, whoa! It's too bad you don't want to know what that is, because we're already gonna be dead if that happens. So the guards tell him to go away. They kill the guards. Enter anyway. Are now fearless and derpy leader is like, oh, no. These things respond to pheromone. Look at that flat-chested boy body. It completely changed the way she's shaped. I mean, they kept her ugly-ass face. That's something, I guess. Regardless. So they break in. He's like, oh, no, it's just pheromones. If you act fine and you don't freak out, then they're not going to freak out and everything's going to be hunky-dory. They go and they rescue this Minotaur-looking guy who, for some reason, kind of has a speech pattern like a rapper. He, of course, ruins everything, flees, triggers all the alarms. They break free without dying. You know, that's supposed to be very hard. And now they're like, oh shit, the Overdragons are coming. We got to get out of here. And then our big Minotaur guy is like, I got this. Pulls out his flute, plays his flute. This is our only other sound effect. Foo-wee! Because that's a good flute noise. And then that summons a magic motorcycle with bug wings. Oh yeah, and he smokes too. Magic cigarettes, apparently. And then I don't understand this right here. And it says, a while ago. And I guess this is a flashback to long ago in the past when the girl and Boone first met. This is very anime. The large, feminine-looking women and then these weird fucking hobbit men. Obviously, young Boone. I think this is supposed to be like some sort of cliffhanger about Boone's past, but it was just dumb. I personally don't recommend this book, but I'm sure there are a lot of people who like it and will like it and won't think it's as stupid as I do. And if there are other ethers and you did like them, then, you know, you'll probably enjoy this one as well. But Matt Kent's not my cup of tea. I thought Dave Rubin was kind of inconsistent, and I thought the book read like a generic, I don't know if I'm fantasy or if I'm sci-fi, supermarket zine. So take that for what you will. Thanks for watching. Hail Hydra, baby.